Hey everyone, welcome back to the Therapy Minute. Today I'm going to talk to you about a wonderful topic. This is something that's in relation to anxiety and the connection between our struggle to want to control everything in our life. We're really going to be talking about concept of being proactive versus reactive in the way that Steven Covey talks about it. Steven Covey is incredible. He wrote so many self-help books, incredibly well known. And one of his most famous books is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Individuals, which 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I have it right here, very worn and torn, very used copy of this book. So we're going to talk about his first principle, his first habit, which is about being proactive. And in that, he talks about the concept of circle of influence and circle of concern. Okay. So this is very much in relation to anxiety. We've spoken about in the past, a lot of people that struggle with anxiety, the core issue at the center of what's going on is our desire to control everything. So let's re-examine our areas of control in our life. And Steven Covey does that so beautifully with the concept of circle of influence and circle of concern. Okay, so circle of concern. So it's basically a bigger circle and then an inner little circle. If you think of like a donut. So we have the bigger circle and then you got the hole in the middle, which is the smaller circle. Okay, so circle of concern are things that are outside of your control. Okay, for instance, let's say the weather, politics, what people think of you, the economy, other people's mistakes or other people's opinions, okay? That stuff, zero control, right? You have zero control over the circle of influence, circle of concern, sorry, okay? And that's the bigger circle, Now, what's that inner circle over there? That is our circle of influence, okay? That is things that you can control. For instance, right? What can we control? Your habits, your hobbies, the people that you spend time with, your attitude and your response to life, okay? The knowledge that you acquire and that you use throughout your life, what you read, what you listen to, the skills that you use and that you learn, your level of motivation and excitement for the world around you. So that is stuff that you have control over, which is amazing and incredible. So we need to focus more on that little circle, the circle of influence, and not that big circle of concern. Most people, especially people with anxiety, tend to focus mostly on that circle of concern, which is totally out of our control. And there's nothing that we can do about that. So we need to realize where is our worry mostly directed. And if it's mostly directed in that outer circle, we need to rein it back, realize we can't do anything about that. And let's focus on our circle of influence, what we have control over in our life, okay? Now, there's two approaches, ways that you can live your life, being reactive or being proactive, okay? Reactive people tend to complain all the time. Okay, and you're complaining about stuff that's outside of your control. Really, the stuff that's in your circle of concern. Okay, they let those outside factors affect their mood, affect their performance, right? And people that are reactive usually partake in the blame game. This person, it was because of, this person did that and that person did this, and everything is somebody else's fault, not their own, right? Taking part of the blame game, okay? Now, proactive people, very different approach to life. Proactive people believe that their decisions determine their life, not their conditions of life, okay? Your decisions determine your life, not your conditions of life, okay? So proactive people take action, okay? They take action on what they can control, what is in their circle of influence, okay? And they control their response to life, okay? And what's being thrown their way. And they definitely don't complain about what is outside of their control, what is in the circle of concern, okay? So let's give an example. Okay, so you have two people. One is the reactive person, one is the proactive person. So the reactive, okay, so both of these people, let's say they started a business. Okay, and for both of these people, business did not go well. It did not go the way that they thought it would, and it kind of collapsed and it did not work. Okay, so the reactive person is going to say, it's everybody else's fault, right? People didn't support me. The economy is so horrible. People in the company, they didn't follow what I wanted them to do, right? And it was just ruined. And for X, Y, Z, A, B, C, it just, it was ruined. Nothing on them, okay? Everything else, focusing entirely on that circle of concern. Everything that is not in their control. Now, a proactive person is not going to waste their time on that. A proactive person instead is going to think, this didn't work out. What is in my power? What is in my control that I can do differently next time, right? What can I, where could I have done something different? How can I make it successful next time, right? So all that stuff might be true. The economy might be bad. Other people might have listened to you, but that's out of your control. Let's focus on what you can do to be successful, what you have control over. Okay, so this exact same scenario, but totally different response to the scenario, okay? So when you are more proactive in your life, actually, your circle of influence gradually expands, which is amazing, okay? So we need to really focus on, we gotta stop concerning ourselves with everything in our circle of concern. That stuff is not our control. What people think of you, the economy, that stuff is not in our control. We cannot waste our precious energy worrying and concerning ourselves about that stuff. Let's focus on our circle of influence. Let's focus on what we do have control over in our life and take action in that regard and be proactive to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to move forward in life and that you're having a great, that you are focusing on your response to life instead of what life is throwing at you. Okay? All right, guys, we will talk next time. Take care. Bye.